We are told that half a century ago, humanity left the cradle of Earth to touch the stars. 6 historic missions, 12 brave men, and a trail of footprints left in the silent dust. But today, a haunting question bothers the world's greatest minds. And point the most powerful optical telescope ever built exactly at the Apollo landing zones.
You will see absolutely nothing. It is as if those legendary missions never even happened.
Why does the moon hide our greatest achievement? Many people think the answer is simply magnification.
If we just build a bigger lens, we should be able to see the lunar rovers.
But in optical physics, magnification is just an illusion. The real boundary is called angular resolution. Imagine trying to read a printed book from a mile away using a powerful magnifying glass. The lens makes the blur larger, but it cannot create details that the light didn't capture. The descent stage of the Apollo lunar module is only about 4 meters wide in diameter. From Earth, that entire landing site vanishes into a single, microscopic pixel of gray visual data. Even the extremely large telescope, with its massive 39-meter mirror, cannot resolve the Apollo footprints. To actually see the American flag from Earth, we would need a telescope 200 meters wide. So, are the footprints lost to our eyes forever? Not if we leave Earth behind entirely. An engineering nightmare that would cost billions of dollars, pushing the absolute limits of human technology.
In 2009, NASA launched the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to map the lunar surface.
Orbiting just 20 kilometers above the ground, its cameras captured what Earth-based telescopes never could.
It finally looked down at the Sea of Tranquility, and the ghosts of history reappeared.
The descent stage, the scientific instruments, and the exact paths Neil and Buzz walked were there. Look closer at later missions. Apollo 17 left an even larger, unmistakable mark on history. Their lunar rovers traveled miles away from the base, carving deep tracks into the alien dirt.
These tracks remain completely frozen in time. There is no wind, no rain, and no shifting sands.
These are actual, authentic photographs of human hardware, silently enduring the vacuum of deep space. What you are looking at is not a digital reconstruction, and not an artist concept. If humanity ever wants to see these legendary monuments in greater optical detail from Earth, there is only one real solution. We have to build new ships and go back. But until that day comes, whenever you step outside and look up at the night sky,
nations, remember that you are looking at a world forever changed by the hands of our species.
Those fragile human footprints are still pressed firmly into the ancient dust right this very second. They will likely remain perfectly preserved there for millions, perhaps billions of years into the future. They stand as the ultimate silent monument, proving that for one brief, brilliant moment in time, our species managed to break the chains of Earth and stand upon another world entirely. And yet, from our home planet, that magnificent evidence remains completely unseen in the dark. Keep questioning the cosmos and never stop looking up. The universe is waiting for us.
Before leaving, astronauts deployed scientific experiments that are still functional more than 50 years later.
The most famous are retroreflectors, designed to bounce powerful laser beams fired directly from Earth. This precision measurement proves we left sophisticated, permanent hardware at these exact locations across the moon.
It is an undeniable, living connection that scientists still utilize on a near-daily basis from observatories.
Because of strict weight limits for the journey home, these rovers were permanently and tragically abandoned. Yet, the most spectacular evidence left behind isn't a mirror, but 3 fully equipped cars. They sit in absolute silence, enduring searing heat that rises hundreds of degrees during the lunar day.
And then they plunge into the terrifying, absolute zero darkness of the long lunar night.
But with no oxygen to cause rust, and no wind to erode the fragile metal. They sit perfectly preserved, like ancient ghost ships resting on the shore of a cosmic ocean. But the most profound artifact humanity left behind isn't made of gold, glass, or titanium.
Because the moon completely lacks an atmosphere, there is absolutely no wind or weather to erase them.
The lunar surface acts as the ultimate cosmic time capsule, a perfect museum of human exploration.
The next time you gaze up at that glowing silver sphere in the dark night sky,
remember that those ancient marks of our bravery are permanently etched into its unyielding face.
But this undeniable museum of human triumph forces us to ask a deeply uncomfortable question.
If we conquered the cosmos using computers less powerful than a modern digital watch,
why exactly haven't we returned to the lunar surface in more than half a century? While the footprints on the moon remain perfect, our legacy on Earth is slowly decaying.
We didn't just lose the budget, we actually lost the specific manufacturing technology to rebuild it.
The original blueprints faded, the brilliant engineers retired, and humanity turned its eyes back downward. For decades, the majestic moon sat entirely alone in the dark, patiently waiting for our return.
But right now, a massive technological awakening is happening. A new fleet is being forged.
The Artemis generation is finally preparing to break the great silence and reclaim our lunar destiny. This time, we are not returning with fragile foil. We are building permanent metallic fortresses. We are targeting the treacherous lunar South Pole, searching for ancient ice hidden in eternal shadows. That frozen water is the ultimate cosmic gold, ready to provide breathable oxygen and rocket fuel. That frozen water is the ultimate cosmic gold, ready to provide breathable oxygen and rocket fuel.
We are constructing a permanent orbital space station around the moon, known as the Lunar Gateway.
The moon is no longer just a destination. It is our ultimate stepping stone to Mars.
But surviving there requires entirely new technology. The moon is a brutally hostile, unforgiving alien environment.
The lunar dust is not like Earth sand. It is composed of microscopic, razor-sharp shards of glass.
During the Apollo missions, this highly abrasive dust tore directly through the outer layers of their spacesuits.
To survive the Artemis era, we are designing suits with advanced, self-healing composite materials and Kevlar.
and we are building massive, autonomous rovers to explore the treacherous, permanently shadowed regions of the moon.
These dark craters hide ancient secrets that have been completely untouched by sunlight for billions of years.
We are not just going back to plant another flag. We are going to establish a permanent colony.
Imagine looking up at the moon tonight and knowing that human beings are actively living up there. Watching the beautiful blue Earth rise from the window of a lunar habitat will become daily reality.
This represents the ultimate test of human endurance, pushing our engineering and biology to the absolute limit. Because if we cannot survive on our closest neighbor, we will never conquer the red planet, Mars.
Mars is millions of miles away. A cold, dead world with a thin, highly toxic alien atmosphere.
Every single lesson we learn in the lunar dust will be absolutely crucial for the first Martian pioneers.
The Apollo footprints were our first step. Artemis is the bridge. Mars is the ultimate final destination.
When we finally step foot on Mars, the first thing we'll do is look back home.
And we'll remember those frozen, silent footprints we left on the moon 50 years ago. Honestly, those lunar tracks aren't just a flex. They're a massive evolutionary milestone for us.
Think about it. We are the only species to ever completely leave our home planet.
Even when the universe seems totally rigged to just wipe out our tiny, fragile existence.
Those invisible monuments sitting in the Sea of Tranquility prove how insanely resilient we are.
So next time you point your telescope at the moon and just see empty craters.
Don't be bummed out. Be incredibly proud of the invisible ghosts standing right up there.
Humanity's story is literally written in the stars, and we're just getting started reading it.
Massive thanks to our 5 million explorers. If your mind is blown, smash that like and subscribe.
Keep questioning the cosmos, stay insanely curious, and I'll catch you in the next deep dive.